tears of joy. But you couldn't have asked for a better senior season, and the way this team came together has to make you feel really, really special.
It does. It does.
What was the key out here today? And the conditions kind of got cold and nasty and windy and all that stuff, and everyone seemed to handle it pretty well.
We did. We just, again, wanted to take one shot at a time and remember that we're playing for each other and to never give up. And I know that yesterday the girls had some tough holes, but I told them last night to overcome it and don't let your nerves control you. So I'm glad that we pulled through today.
You got a huge boost this postseason with Glenna coming back, and she showed how important she was today with a real solid round. Can you sort of describe what it was like with her in the lineup versus without her those couple matches?
Glenna is a key component to our team, and when she wasn't on the team, it wasn't like we weren't playing well. We still were, but having her on the team is an extra bonus. So she really is the glue for our team, and she brings us all together. So with her coming back for postseason, it meant a lot.
You've been here enough to know that it's never easy, to accomplish goals at University Ridge. What do you think was the important component to this state championship for Middleton?
I think for us, just making sure that we don't put big numbers into play. The first day we kind of found that a little bit, but the second day we just want to play smart, whether that be laying up on a par 5 and just making sure that we get out of there with a par, because pars aren't bad. 18 pars are not bad at all. So just playing smart.
And you told me yesterday that Becky never tells you what's going on, but could you get the sense, because you're playing with the teams closest to you, that maybe you were starting to pull away, and maybe for the first time, I think the other state championships have all been like by a shot or two. This one was a runaway.
Well, I had no idea whatsoever, except when I was hitting my approach shot on 18, one of the cameramen had asked if it was still tied. And in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, like we're tied with one of these teams. So I'm like, I have to birdie and I have to make this putt. So when I tapped in for par, I was thinking to myself that we're going to a playoff. But when Becky hugged me, she told me that we had won. And it's just breathtaking right now.
It turned out that if Sarah had made her birdie putt, that she and Joe would have played off. So that was probably the one-shot margin there.
Okay.
So which would have been exciting. Joe made a great comeback today, but it wasn't easy, was it? I mean,
No.
How tough did University Ridge play this week compared to the other visits here?
Being colder, it always plays a little bit tougher just because the ball doesn't fly as far. But with the pressure of state, with the increased crowds and all the teams here, I mean, everyone's on edge. So I'm glad that we could all come together and still keep in mind our common goal of winning, and we did. So it was pretty perfect.
Awesome. Kate, congratulations. Enjoy it with your teammates.